Hi and welcome to Knit with Hannah. I'm Hannah, I'm here with Knitting Natter, Betwixtmas Knitting Natter to help you learn to knit the easy way. Let's talk more about knitting in between Christmas and New Year today. Obviously between Christmas and New Year at the moment, our shop is open again. We are packing up parcels and sending them out. So if you want some kits, you just want some yarn, then go for it. I will leave the link below, and of course it's the right time of year. Once we've done a couple of these videos, you'll get an idea of what you want to learn, what you want to move on with in your knitting, so it's an ideal time to pick out a digital course as well. We're talking to you in the emails, we are filling up parcels, we're here. We took 2 weeks off before Christmas rather than this week off after Christmas, just to give us a break, and it seems to be working well. I'm thrilled to be here for you after Christmas, because it really does get busy knowing that you've got yarn and needles for Christmas and you just want to start knitting. So let's talk about what we did yesterday. Yesterday you made 2 lists. It was what have you knitted and a nice big list of what you would like to knit next. Today we're going to look at both of those, do a bit of a Marie Kondo on it. You know what that means, don't you? I want you to circle anything or highlight anything, put a star next to anything that sparked joy when you look at it. Find yourself some quiet, peace and quiet, lovely teapot full of your favourite tea. Breathe. Feel that calm. And then this will be a lot easier, because you're asking your intuitive self, your gut, to give you the answers. What sparks joy? When you're looking at those lists, is there anything that really stands out and goes, I want to knit that? Yes, please. It might be a yarn, it might be a pattern, it might be a particular colour, it might be something you want to repeat or something brand new. It could be anything. But what stands out and what sparks joy? So there will also be a couple of other things. Is there anything in there that sparks joy, but you say, you know what, that can wait? I know I want to knit something. Maybe it's a blanket for your living room. But you're going to go, I'm going to wait until we've got that new sofa and then I'll knit it. It might be something like that. And also, you can look at this list and say, you know what? Some of this stuff will never get knitted. We have to accept in life that we cannot follow every single path. We cannot do everything. Cannot knit every pattern in the world that exists. Just on Ravelry, there are over 500,000 knitting patterns. And that just blows your mind, doesn't it? How on earth are there 500,000 knitting patterns just on one website? In 2021 alone, 6,000 hat patterns were uploaded to Ravelry. That seems absolutely crazy. Just 6,000 hat patterns, let alone the scarves and the cowls and the mittens and the Father Christmases that you can knit because they're toys. Just think about it. How many knitting patterns are there out there? Could you knit them if you knitted every single item in the world back to back? No, you can't knit everything. It's something we have to accept. And you choose your path. You choose your speciality, or you choose what sparks joy for you, and you say, well, they can knit that and I can knit that. I'm happy with that. And that's the big part about knitting. There's so much out there in the world. We can all be completely unique. We can be totally unique as knitters. Even when you think about all the gifts and talents you have as a knitter, you think, well, I can knit so many things. But actually, only 10% of those give me joy. So think of it like a Venn diagram. You've got the things that give you joy, the things that you're talented at, and all those things in the middle are what you actually manage to knit. And probably only a tiny little speck of those do you manage to knit in your lifetime as well. It does make a difference if you just take that mindset of, okay, well, I won't knit everything. I'm perfectly willing to accept that. Perhaps this year you also want to give yourself a theme about why you're knitting this year. Is it to challenge yourself because you actually really feel that knitting this year you want to learn some new talents, learn some new techniques and give yourself a challenge? You're really excited about learning more about knitting this year. Are you knitting this year to step back into the ease of knitting? The benefits, the mental health benefits, the physical health benefits, the real beauty of knitting, the actual essence of knitting, the journey of knitting. Is that why you're knitting this year? Are you knitting this year because you just love the way you can put a kiss in every stitch and you give away what you knit? You love so much knitting for friends and family. If you feel like a challenge this year, then it's not one of those three. Does your challenge actually happen to be you are so passionate about knitting you really want it to be your business? That's what happened for me one year. It was kind of, oh, that's what it is. That's what makes sense. Then you can pick out the parts of yesterday's list that just give you those options, and they say, okay, that's where those things are going to go. So this is your task for day 2. It's also a challenge today where I say, let's do this, let's think about what we're knitting next year, but also pick up some knitting, give yourself a nice cup of tea, really have a lovely session of knitting for yourself. If, it all feels a bit too much at the moment, things are too complicated and we're still in a bit of a no man's land, we don't know what's happening. Just let your knitting give you that peace and give you that calm and relaxation. I know, that's why I'm knitting this week. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. I will be back again tomorrow for our 3rd part of Betwixtmas 2021. I will see you for that. Bye for now. Happy knitting.